In the first 3 months of deployment, the USS Nimitz has traveled over 30,000 miles, and within that time, they conducted over 5,600 launch recoveries of aircraft. According to Commanding Officer Craig Sokola, the overall mission in the whole time has been a presence operation in enabling the freedom of seas. For Rear Admiral Christopher Sweeney, commander for Carrier Strike Group 11, it's his 12th time on island. He says while on Guam, it will allow the over 5,000 sailors and crew members to rest, relax, and regain their readiness. The visit to Guam comes on the heels of growing tensions in China, and it begs the question if their arrival here has anything to do with the close encounters between U.S. and Chinese forces.
This isn't a new thing for us to sail in the Indo-Pacific region or the Western Pacific. We've been sailing here for 75 years. We've been interacting with our allies and partners and the PLAN forces, whether that's in the air, on the sea, or during our operations. We continue to do that in accordance with international law, and we will continue to do that.
Recently, the USS Nimitz was in the spotlight when CBS Evening News did a special report aboard the carrier in the Western Pacific Ocean. When asked if Sweeney felt a sense of pressure or pride with all eyes on the carrier.
First of all, overwhelming sense of pride. The amount of, in the entire team here, and it's not about me, it's really about this captain, his sailors, his 5,000 sailors on this ship, the air wing, the ships that support us, the submarines that support us. And I'm just honored to lead this group of sailors. I've been in the Navy 32 years, and I've waited for 32 years to show off my sailors. And one thing I said to my wife when I left was that I was going to make sure that I brought each and every one of them home safely, and so that's always paramount on our minds. And regardless of what the media is reporting, how we're sailing or operating in the Indo-Pacific region, it's really about our sailors, taking care of them and getting them home safely.
And with the increasing conflicts, how does he keep the sailors focused on the mission at hand?
We're well trained when we leave the U.S. The nation and the Navy pours a lot of resources into us to make sure we're trained and that we can operate safely. We spend a lot of time just talking to them about the strategic objectives of our nation and what the policymakers are saying back in D.C. and how that relates each and every day to what they're doing on that flight deck up there.
And before we departed the USS Nimitz, we were given a tour. Every flight of stairs climbed and every door opened in the over 1,000-foot long and 252-foot wide carrier proved difficult for us to maneuver around, and even in one instance, getting lost. But the sailors made it look easy, quickly moving up and down the stairs swiftly. The USS Nimitz is massive. It's 244 feet high, which is as tall as a 23-story building. When we got on the flight deck, being surrounded by the fleet of aircraft, it makes you realize just how mission-ready they are. Closing out the tour was a view from the navigation deck. Looking down at all the aircraft and sailors still hard at work was such a sight to see. Sweeney hoping through stories such as this that people will embrace all the sailors do.
It's a fabulous way to show off what our sailors do each and every day and how it matters.
Jonagan Charfris, KUAM News.